And welcome back. This is Kotal for the second round of the UEC event for this Saturday, the 11th of November. We have a Rocky Slopes for Conquest today. It is for the CSA 138 and the Union 136. Let's take a look at the two teams, starting out with the CSA. We have CQB under First Lieutenant MCP. We have Captain Williamson with 3rd Alabama. We have 20th Georgia under Colonel Jumbo. We have 18th North Carolina under Lieutenant Oswald. 8th Florida under Captain Fritz. 8th Georgia under Colonel Knight. LFL, I'm not sure who's leading LFL, and they didn't take an officer slot. That's okay. And then we have AGL. Let's take a look at their arty. Sick, they've got at least one gun here under Corporal Habib for the Jeff Davis battery. Oh, they got another gun here. I'm sorry. They've also got a CQB battery under Captain Kevin. Let's take a look at the Union batteries they have. Looks like it might be just one gun. Maybe two here. Looks like SB under Corporal Leo, leading the Union battery over SB. Take a look at their infantry. We have Captain Olty leading the 51st New York. Lieutenant Sluggy leading the 2 USC. John Beck leading, or Beak I should say, leading 52nd New York. We've got Captain Jack Stone leading the combined GC. We've got Lieutenant Tank leading the 83rd PVI. We've got Lieutenant Parker leading the 6th New York Cav. And we've got Lieutenant Pixel leading the 4th New Jersey. And Lieutenant Fit leading the 88th New York. That is, I believe, everybody. I don't think I missed anyone. All right, so we are live at 40. 3 points. See how each team decides to go after this Conquest map. 3, 2, 1, go. And they're off. It's like the Union is splitting into several elements. Wow, it looks like, as far as I can tell, the CSA is beelining it for B point. Yeah, they're splitting up pretty evenly. It's like this first element here is going to run into the CSA, though. And it is the Cav leading the way under Lieutenant Sluggy. He's going to be facing down the entire CSA force. Oh, it looks like some of those elements might be going for A point. Let's see where Sluggy decides he wants to set up his men. Try to intercept or at least slow down the CSA. You got him pushing out in the skirmishing line. And who is making an AGL? So you got the two skirmish elements here kind of facing off against each other to start with. Got AGL with these stones here as a bit of cover to help him out. Additional support coming down from 83rd to help him. To help 2 USC, but Fritz is going to come up here with the flag to try to get it on. He's also got support on his left. 18 North Carolina. So, a little bit of a mismatch. You can already see the Cavs been knocked out pretty hard. So it's just 83rd now overlooking this point. 83rd taking some heavy hits as well. They're taking a lot of fire, though. Including Artie. And that will push off the 83rd. And CSA will secure that point. 1 point right now falls to the CSA, but Union's going to have plenty of opportunity to take this C point. Doesn't look like, well, you got 2 elements now heading up that way. You've got Knight and the 8th Georgia, and it looks like 3rd Alabama Williamson's going to be joining him. And the Union also took this opportunity to take A point. That was by Ulti. Did a good job. You have a strong weight of forces. You got GC over here as well as the 52nd. So a large Union force here. Looks like they're going to try to dig in on A. I wonder if they're going to, that's going to be the strategy, is fight on the wings and go from that way. The problem with that strategy, though, as you can see, is the CSA is able to mass up on one side. And if they can get down here and secure C point, they'll have 2 points with the only Union controlling 1. So we'll see how they do. Here we got Lieutenant Phipp trying to intercept them. Got joined by his allies from the Cav, as well as Pixel. Nice shots there by 4th New Jersey. Looks like 83rd's been pushed back trying to find an angle. The CSA has now taken the center position. The tough thing for the Union now is, now with this corner turned like that, the CSA can now infiltrate through that corner and hit the Union in the rear. So, we'll see if the CSA does that. And if they do, see how the Union reacts. Right now, Union's got 2 points. Let's see if anything's happening on the opposite side of the field. Alright, looks like they got 2 units guarding this far point here, and it's going to be 52nd, along with SB and 2 USC. It looks like Jack Stone's going to move these guys forward. He might be making a play for B point. Not too much guarding it right now. Just CQB and Doug. I'm not Doug, I'm sorry. And MCP. Looks like we got a fight on our hands developing up here. Yep. There's that infiltration through the corn that I was worried about.
Okay.
And it was by 8th Florida that did it. So I didn't get to see the infantry, but you can see the results. You got 83rd is coming down. They're about to run to AGL, though. See what Tank can do if he can ambush these guys. He doesn't have a lot of men, but he might be able to do some damage.
I'm down.
And you can see the CSA starting to flood into point. The Union has been pushed all the way back into this corner here. Either's doing what it can, but it doesn't have a lot of combat power to spread out. And you can see the CSA is, I think, wisely. Who's pressing? I imagine it's Williamson. Yeah, it's Williamson. He's going to try to push the Union back into the corn and completely away from C point. Yep, and they have done it. So now the CSA controls C points. Though I like this move here by GC. They're going to try to go for B point. Problem is, so while they're taking it, as you can see, they're going to take arty fire, as well as fire here from the CQB. So even if they take this point right now, I doubt they'll have enough combat power to really hold it by themselves. They're going to need reinforcements. There are some additional troops falling in here. Looks like Sluggy's going to try to get the 2 USC up here. Let's see if GC can hold off long enough. I don't think they can, not with that arty fire coming in. Yeah, 2 USC's too far away.
Okay.
They're trying, though. They're trying. Now CQB charges them out. Yep. So 2 USC has now moved up. And they can get some overwatch. But that's not going to prevent the CSA from... Now they've had time to redeploy their guys. 20th has come back in. And the CSA can now dig in. So the benefits to the CSA on C point is it's a lot easier to defend because they can defend on this side of the road here. So even if the Union infiltrates, yeah, they might be able to sneak around on a flank on either side, but they are not nearly as exposed as a Union is. So C point always looks good for the Union. And it's not a bad point, but it's a much more easily defendable point for the CSA than it is for the Union. Really no contest for A point right now. So those units are still out there in Overwatch. CSA doesn't really need to take it. They can hold 2 points. They'll be fine. And 2 USC has been attrited, and they're going to retreat. Let's see here. Lieutenant Phipps going to try to sneak in here and decap the point. But he's got Knight waiting for him. So a good try there by Phipps, but 8th Georgia was kind of wise. Knight was figured out what he wanted to do with that little attack. And they're going to be in trouble here. Phipps doing some damage, though. Problem is, so now you see the CSA has reacted, and they've got them in a flanking fire, and that will, yep, Phipps knows what's on. He's going to get his guys out of there, or as many as he can. They might get caught by Fritz if they're not careful, but they might be able to get away.
Left wheel march.
Nope, they didn't. Phipps found them. Fritz found them. So nice idea by 88, but a little bit too much weighted numbers there by the CSA. They are, entrenched now on these 2 points. You're just gonna have to figure out how they want to attack them. I'll be honest, there's a lot of combat power out here without much going on for it. Although they might be worried about losing that point as well, because the bad thing about A point for the Union is here's the CSA spawn. So if a unit gets wiped out, they can infiltrate all the way up practically right onto A point in the forest, and you won't observe them until it's too late. So, I'm saying that's maybe move some more guys out, but, if you're not careful, you can lose A point, and you lose all 3 points. It's pretty much game over at that, So, there's a good reason to have defenses dug into that A point. Just come through these woods. Ain't nobody seeing you. All the way through. All the way through.
Like it was gonna lean pretty soon, yeah. But now it's gonna.
Boom. Pop out right here.
Yeah, okay, we need to
CQB guarding the point. They've been doing that for most of the game, doing a decent job at it. Now, let's see, the Union's got to cross open ground to get to him. And GC is doing a maneuver here. Wonder if Jack's going to go for the arty or if he's going to go for the infantry. We've got another interesting attack developing on the corner. Is this 2 USC? It looks like them. No, it's actually SB. It's actually Ulti and his guys. And he is joined by, here's 2 USC. So this is an interesting attack. I like this. So they're kind of coming at it from 2 angles, trying to sandwich the CSA. Here comes the first angle of it, and it is GC. And they have gone for the arty. I think that was a wise decision. They got hit pretty hard last time. They tried to take the point without knocking out this arty first. So I think a good maneuver there by GC. And they got support by 88th, Lieutenant Phipps. And what I said, you support your buddies, don't leave them. So while they're doing the attack, you got another maneuver here. 20th Georgia's trying to stall Sluggy. And Venom, though, he got a, like I was saying, you got that redeployment zone up there. Williamson was able to ambush SB here. And that is going to end that angle. Now, not only that, but 2 USC is now cut off. They do have some support, though. Parker's going to come down. He might be able to save 2 USC. And as they do that, 83rd, 88th, and 4th New Jersey are now able to come up on the point here. They actually have enough power they can knock out AGL pretty easily if they want to. Pixel's going to try to do it himself. So Pixel doesn't get them all. Got Jack Stone. Oh, God. He's wearing earbuds. Look out, Jack! Look out! Nice attack there by Captain Fritz. And they will wipe out the GC without them even knowing.
Hey, guys, you wanna go fast to see when we capture this?
So down here we have another fight. So I like this. So 83rd saw that Parker was in trouble, and they have charged in to help him to hit the 3rd Alabama in the flank here. So we'll see if these two elements are enough to knock out 3rd Alabama.
Alright, fine, I'll shoot flag.
Yeah, don't hold on the fence. Listen to Parker, like he told you. Don't. Unit's in trouble. Go with him. Don't leave him alone. All right, so you saw that little supporting maneuver by these two units. They were able to knock out Williamson and still preserve a good amount of their combat power. But 8th Florida has now come up.
Fall back, fall back.
And although the 88th accomplished this mission, they are basically wiped out. And 8th Florida is now in a good position to recap. There's another fight going on up here. 4th New Jersey actually tried to take out the Artie, but they got caught here by Oswald and the 18th North Carolina. Now, CSA is in once again a good position to retake B. C is still getting hold pretty strong here. But the Union's not in a bad... Oh, Lord. Never mind. Yeah, I correct myself. That's not a good position to be in. I was just talking about it. Remember, where's the enemy spawn? It's over there. Ah, shit. You know. So 6 New York's going to get hit. And 83rd knows, hey, that's it. We're done. You're not stopping this. It's time to go. So the CSA has retaken this southern side of the field. And now they can once again overlook the Union. That's to cross open ground to retake B. They are down a little bit on tickets. Not in this, not completely, but it's a problem. These poor guys are going to get bored as hell out here. Here comes Ulti. So, it's a tough decision here. So, this is a good infiltration round for the Union, but as you can see, it's right along the path of the CSA respawn. So, if you linger, which you almost have to because you got to go uphill to take the point, you get wiped out pretty easily.
I think a shit ton of them on B.
Got a couple remnants out here. Tank just getting the lay of the land. Alright. Although C is now open, and Jack Stone has realized this, although so has Oswald. So we might have a fight between these two units here for C point. And if the Union can kind of get the CSA bottle up in the center, they might be able to get that point back. And try to shoot them down in a bit more of an open fight, get their Artie into the battle a bit. Oh, what's this? Alright, aggressive moves by LFL. I haven't seen them all game. No wonder. They're all the way up here. Knight as well, so they've positioned themselves on top of this hill, overlooking the hill now. Now they're vulnerable as well, if they're not careful, to a Union attack. But okay, so Knight kind of saw that. He's pulling back. You don't want to get too exposed, because then you get caught by a line like this. And the CSA is going for this A point. Let's see if that defense force is enough to stop them. It is 3rd Alabama. They are taking the flag down. And they have managed to take it down. The Union's in a bit of a pickle here. Although, let's see here. Knight is going to come up. Looks like I missed the fight here. GC won that fight against 18th North Carolina. They've got support coming down here by Pixel, but they're going to run into Colonel Knight. It's going to be a pretty big hold here. If they can beat back Knight in the 20th. Timely arrival there by 4th New Jersey in the nick of time. Only problem is there's no Union flag with them. So they are not able to cap the point. Williamson is pulling his men back. And looks like Sluggy has redeployed here. Help overlook A points, and they might try to decap that one as well. Prevent too much of a ticket loss. Are they making a play in the center? Here comes Phip. I think he's going to try to get to his flag. That is a lot of CSA down here, though. Alright, no, he's... Where is he going? Oh, he's going to these rocks. He's going to try to knock off Fritz here. But Fritz will be able to knock off that attack without too much difficulty. Alright, the Union will be able to move up. Probably this is 2 USC, I imagine, maybe 52nd. Yeah, 2 USC is able to get that flag down, so good on them. Recover from that little raid that Williamson had done. GC still holding the C point. Well, you got kind of a mix going on here in this corn. AGL is kind of mixed in with the reinforcements coming in for GC. They still don't have a flag, though, which is a bit of a problem for them. Have they been able to get this flag down here on A? Oh, yeah.
What are you, fucking Dutch?
I didn't know
Oi!
Oi!
Oi! Oi!
Over the fence, 50 seconds.
Alright, so. Ether's got some of its men back, kind of doing an overwatch here. Not a bad angle to keep the CSA honest as they kind of transition in this open here. AGL's still kind of just hunting around in this corner. I don't know if they're looking for respawns or what they're doing exactly. Yeah, without a flag, this is tough. GC was able to decap the point, but they can't recap it. They have a flag at A point. Alright, here comes the flag from A point. Who's got it? Our ulti's got a flag.
Private Addicts up front.
Hey, Hank.
And you'll be able to recap A point without too much difficulty here.
Yep. Hit me in the face. Right now, and make sure you're waiting for.
Looks like the CSA is heading to C point.
Hold on.
Those flags.
Alright, ceasefire now. Ceasefire.
GC has moved off. This is interesting. So now they're coming around this hill here. And I think they're going to either try to knock out the Artie or come up behind the CSA as they advance. So I think it's a good move by Jack. You know, you can't cap it. You know, if you stay there, you're going to get ambushed. So let's see what we can do. And they're going to run into 18th. Let's see how they do against him. Here they come. Alright, Jack will win that fight, but he won't have much left in the tank after that. Alright, so I think the CSA is doing a good job here preventing coverage down this hill. You got LFL, Ace, CQB, overwatching this B point here. Kind of preventing the Union from getting up there and capping it, doing a good overwatch. Looks like CQB is going to move off. They might be making a play at A. Looks like we got a bigger play here. AGL's still just kind of hanging out in this corner here. They must be just hunting, either doing disrupt ops or hunting, you know, respawns. I'm not sure. There's a bit of a fight going on here. The 4th New Jersey has a flag, and they're going to try to infiltrate a little bit more to the left. See if they can get around. They're going to need some support. They do have it. Lieutenant Phipp here. Problem is, there's not a lot of visibility in the corn. And now AGL is doing what it wanted to do. Now Phipp is messing around with these 2 or 3 guys in the corn. Meanwhile, 4th New Jersey is going to pop out over here by itself without support. Get hit.
Right. Okay, Fort Jersey. Fucking hell. Hold here. Open fire, open fire, open
Take
fire.
aim. Take aim. Flag in the front.
And see, yep, good reaction by the CSA. Who is this? Williamson. Gonna knock out the Union. See, there's now Phipp's starting to get his men down here, but CSA's already reacted to it. We already got 30L with the fire line. They've already pushed back 4th New Jersey. So here pops out 88th. So that was a good disrupt op by AGL. Actually had good effects in that corn. Alright, looks like they finally got tired of 83rd shooting at them. And 8th Georgia and LFL charged out the 83rd. What are they? It's probably remnants up here, I imagine. Yep. And the Union putting a lot of weight guarding A point and actually guarding it a little bit forward. They're very much worried about losing that final point. Which is understandable, but they're still at a deficit right now, so you're gonna have to figure out another angle. So yeah, 3rd Alabama was able to hold up 88th, and they're gonna pull back now. Now you got this line here guarding the point. I don't know how the hell you're gonna take that. They're gonna try. Here comes Pixel. The problem is you gotta get over 2 obstacles here. You know, so it takes a minute. And they got plenty of time to react. Parker trying to probe him a little bit here in the center. Trying to draw that fire a little bit. Doesn't look like it had too many effects. You have a charge going on over here. Looks like we had something going on over here. CQB tried to punch through the Union defense line over here, but it looks like the Union defense line held, so a good job here by 52nd. Yep, still poking at him, but CSA's being stubborn. Are there any openings? I mean, B doesn't have a lot defending it right now, but it's a hell of an approach no matter where you go, and they still have something. They still got infantry here. They still got Artie that's shown itself to be decent. You got a long way to go. You know, you try to take this route, get intercepted, you come here, you get observed. So, tank trying to find an angle here for 83rd. Got a wide flank here by GC. You know, I don't know. Maybe they'll try to take the rocks back here. You got Williamson though guarding it. I think it's a good position here by Williamson. He's kind of hitting his guys back here. Him sitting on top of this rock observing, and he can react to how he needs. He's going to react to this maneuver here by GC. Alright, GC's going to try its luck against 3rd Alabama. Let's see how they do against them. Here they come. Here comes the shots. Here they come. And I think 3rd Alabama will have a good hold on that one. GC will do some damage though. Only 4 left, and good job on the flag bearer getting out of there. So it was a decent attack, just not enough. Alright, now it looks like the Union has decided to make a play. They're down 2 morale states, so they got to do something here. And here comes a play on point. It is the NYV in its entirety, and they are squaring off against CQB and 20th Georgia here. And they are actually getting flanking fire as well from AGL and these rocks. Good at... Okay, what's going on over here? 4th New Jersey's going to try to knock out the Artie and silence that, which is pretty key, because that Artie will eat up this formation here very fast. Alright, they've gotten the point down. They don't have much left. Union sending out another line, but like I said, they get intercepted. That's the problem. It's Sluggy taking that angle. You can see Knight has ambushed him. Coming out of spawn. It's a great approach. When it works. But, you know, you gotta try something, because otherwise you come out in the open. So, you know, what's the answer? It's not an easy one. Good move there by Knight. And now with 6 New York, even though they captured the point, they've been whittled down, and here comes Jumbo. We'll see if Phip can hold him. Good shots here by 4th New Jersey, getting in some shots on, who is this? CQB. Yep, and that will force back CQB, so good shots in the flank there by 4th New Jersey. Although that was not enough to stop 20th Georgia from knocking out the Cav. Got another maneuver here in these woods. Knight is trying to delay 52nd and SB here. They've been guarding A, but now they're like, hey, you got to get in the fight here a little bit more. You know, guarding A was important, but we got to. All right, 52nd is getting hit a little bit. Right now they got a little bit of time, and now they're going to start maneuvering here. See if they can get around 8th Georgia. See how they do. It's ulti. Yep, and the CSA's got that good cover. SB's a bit in the open. 52nd's given a little bit, and 2 USC. I'm sorry, not 52nd. 2 USC has a bit of covering support, but not enough of an angle to knock out this element here. Looks like LFL has got some elements up here as well now. All right, so okay, now 2 USC is starting to maneuver around them. I think this is a good maneuver. Danger, though, I'll say again, is you can't stay out here too long because then you'll get caught by a unit respawning. So you never know when that's going to happen either. So violence on the objective is kind of key here. And let's see if Sluggy can deliver that as he moves the cab. Round. CSA cover.
Oh my
Get shot. You may kneel, boys.
We independent fire. Yeah.
We are independent fire.
Alright, CSA is charging in. Here comes Knight. Knows he's got the numbers. And that is it. You see that little sandwich that happened. And now Knight's going to continue the attack. He's going to try to knock out SB up here. But it will not be enough to knock out ulti, so. Union's still poking out here on this side. Here comes the 83rd trying to find an angle. But here comes 3rd Alabama. And 83rd saw who's got the weight of numbers. And they have wisely decided to retreat into the corn. No point in getting to that fight. See, down in the center. So, NYV has knocked out, 6 New York has knocked out the unit on the rocks here. Has pushed them back towards point. So AGL no longer has that overwatch position that they did have. Let's see if the Union tries to make a play for B with what they got. They're messing around down here quite a bit. The CSA is massing a lot of forces. Looks like 52nd John Beck is going to bring his guys up to support ulti. Third still looking for an angle. And they have dodged Fritz, it looks like. Yep. Yeah, they hung out there too long. Fritz would have got him, but they managed to give him a juke. Now we got another maneuver here by the Union. It is 4th New Jersey. It's going to try to catch Knight here in a sandwich. But Knight, I think, has the right idea. If somebody tries to get you in a pincer, you charge out of it. Don't just sit there and take it. And there you go. They've charged out of it. Although here's a good attack by Sluggy. He's going to try to get Knight before he can react.
Stay here, boys. Independent.
Die, independent fire.
Can they do it?
The rocks.
That's the rock.
Alright, while Sluggy's doing that maneuver, we got a fight on B. GC.
Fire.
20 George is going to try to knock them off. Union just about on last stand. Oh, Pip trying to get in there. Well, that's the problem when you do this without clearing out the Artie first. CSA is on taking losses now. So Union making a fight of it. Here comes Parker. He's going to try to deal with the Artie. Habib's going to try to stop him. And he's going to do it.
You there.
Yeah, Parker will take care of the Artie. 83rd has been kind of dodging a bunch of units back here. Which again is good. Remember, you just kind of disrupt them. Keep them off balance. Tie down more units than your size, so you allow a fight on the decisive point somewhere else. 8 George is, though, going to charge out to USC. And they may make a play for A. It is last stand now. So there are no more tickets. I'll be honest, I think this map really favors the CSA quite significantly, just in the positioning of where the points are and the avenues of attack open to the Union, I think, are far less advantageous than they are for the CSA. With that said, though, not to say the CSA didn't play well. They played very well. As did the Union team. I think this was a much better performance than the first map. So even though they lost, I think this was a much more even fight. And I think, yeah, I enjoyed watching this one quite a bit. Well, that's all I got, at least for this evening for UEC. Hope you all enjoyed. We'll see what we got for casualties. Till the next one. Alright, here we got CSA with 598, Unit 780. That is it. Kotal signing